part of the meeting where you all participate in. Always, I'm sorry, yes.
It
Yeah,
does
I
go
need a
up.
motion to adopt a resolution placing them. So moved. Okay, do I have a second? Okay, is there any further discussion on that? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Okay, all opposed? The motion is carried. Okay, now we get to your, citizen time. This is a part of the meeting where you all get a chance to participate. I've always said that, and I've always talked about your First Amendment rights to participate. You have a right to speak. We have a right to respect what you say. But just as we have a right to respect what you say, you have to respect the rules that are in place for these comments. I can speak. You may not like what I have to say. You can speak. We may not like what you have to say, but you have a right to say it. But you have to follow the rules of the board. If you go beyond those rules, then we have a right to correct you if you don't correct and follow the rules. No clapping, no comments during a person's speech, no whistling, not any of that type of thing, because we all should respect each other. It's going to be hard sometimes for me to hear about me, but if you want to say it about me, I have to listen. Okay? And what I heard that it's not good, but that's one thing that we don't need to listen, but we need to respect each other, okay? Now, you're gonna come up one by one, give your name, and you're gonna have 3 minutes, okay? After you get those 3 minutes, when the 3 minutes run out, we're gonna have to tell you that your time is over. And then we'll bring someone else in. We're gonna begin now. Can I have the first person?
My name is Jennifer Champion and I'm from Clover. And first I'd like to welcome Miss Morgan to the community. It's good to see that we have a woman that is not scared to take on the good old boys club. Welcome to the community. And I'd also like to find out if the county does participate in any of the SWAM or DIBRI requirements. As a holder of a VCO, I would encourage the county to use SWAM and DIBRI and small business vendors on RFPs and RFQs. I haven't seen any posted lately, but I know there have been quite a few in the budget. I would also like to know if the Treasurer's Office or the Commissioner of Revenue's Office could prepare a transparency report in the form of a spreadsheet that would let us as county residents know how much money was collected last year by solar projects for their personal property tax, their business and tools tax, and what they paid for their business licenses. And I'd also like to know if the board could respond to me with that, with a figure and where that money gets placed in the budget. I didn't see any line items for senior citizens or for veterans in the budget. With the revenue on some of the solar projects that I've done, it is $295,000 in property tax for last year. I did fewer solar projects. I only did 9. I think there's 11. So I'm not sure why we would be looking towards Summit Engineering, which is an outside contractor, when we have made enough money on taxes that we could hire 2 new professional young men or young women to fill those positions. And I would also like to know the FOIA request that was published on all social media containing Ms. Morgan's personal, private, and home address that should have never been released. Being a young woman of color in a political society that we have, she should have never had to endure this. And I believe whatever coward hid behind a FOIA request to publish the information for that young lady should be disbarred. And why are we only requiring bonds at submittals of conditional use projects for solar? Being a commercial project with a large scale volume of funding, why are we not requiring to have a performance and payment bonds? Right now, we have nothing in place to assure that we have had subcontractors paid, or that if there's a problem with the project down the line, that we can fix that. And I would also like to know how many programs does the county and IDA provide for SWAM, DIMBY, and small businesses? And why are there no incentives for small, women, and minority-owned businesses? And why are there no contract monitors on any of the contracts that have been published? And how do we know that they've been completed to their entirety, such as the high school and the solar projects? Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Shannon. Have anyone else? Anyone else wants to speak?
Oh. Hold my purse, I want to talk bad about you. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Good evening, my name is Linda Shepherd. I am a resident of the 5th District. I have been involved in Facebook. I think we need to keep our focus not upon Ms. Morgan. I think we need to discuss how did we get to the point that we're at. When we have to hire a county administrator, when we have to hire a county finance person, what decisions went into this? And when we have supervisors posting on Facebook, this is how it's saving the county money. We did not include what Ms. Morgan was paid in her first go-around, nor did we publish what was made or had to be paid out to Scott Simpson. And I think the people who voted and put you in these seats are the ones that you work for. We can do it with respect, but I think we need to keep our eyes focused on where we're headed. We have methods that we can do it with. Recall, it's not always successful, but it's certainly a way of saying, we're not happy with what you're doing. And we have that right to say it. So to Ms. Morgan, I think she was hired due to some poor decisions that were made by this board. And we will continue to follow it. We will continue to take our 3 minutes. And I think that we need some transparency. I know this board is opposed to public live streaming. I would again ask that we do that. It is transparent. If you don't like what we say, turn off our mics. But we need to be able to hear what you say. Not everyone can get to this meeting. If school boards can do it, churches can do it, the federal government can do it, the state can do it, and so can you. So, good luck. I hope that we can figure out how to work and do this together. And again, I'm with Ms. Edmonds. People need to get out and vote. Thank you.
Anybody else?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Anyone else wants to speak?
That purse looked good on you.
Yes, my name is Steve Phillips, and I'm here on behalf of the Halifax County Fire Department tonight. And I'm on the Capital Funds Committee for the county, which is the money that the Board of Supervisors has graciously given us every year for probably 10 or 12 years now. The issue is right now we need to have a meeting on that because the board has already approved the money in the budget, and I thank you for that. But we need to have a committee meeting so that the fire departments that would get awarded the money this year can move along with their projects. Sometimes these projects takes months for them to get it done, so the quicker we could do that. And I think it normally it's the county administrator and a couple of members of the Board of Supervisors, and then it's 4 fire chiefs is on. I'm still on it, even though I'm retired, I'm still on it right now. So I don't know who needs to set that up, but I just want to let y'all know that we need to do that so that the 4 fire departments that will get the money this year, we can move along with it. I also like to bring up something that the Halifax County Fire Commission wrote in a letter to y'all a few months back, and we requested that maybe some people that are actually out on the street in law enforcement, fire, and EMS be put on the public safety committee to just have more input in it. I don't know where y'all stand with that, but it was a request, and I would like to respectfully ask that you consider doing that, put people on the committee that are actually out on the street doing the work. I think it would be a good thing. It's not trying to take away anything from the committee at all. There's no way saying they're not capable of doing what they do. But I think it's important that we have an input from people that are actually out on the street, you know, running the calls every day so they can have input into what's going on a countywide basis. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Phil. Steve. And I'd like to assure you that, we'll be looking into that. I think we talked about that with the fire committee at one time, is that right? Is that the $100,000 that you're talking about?
Yes, sir.
That's supposed to go to 4 counties? I think they've been working on that. I think I talked to Jason about that, and we will be doing that to get it out to you, okay?
Okay,
We'll get a committee meeting together on that.
okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Anybody else wants to speak?
Come on, folks. We've all been reading Facebook and stuff.
Please,
Good. Come on.
please. Anybody else?
Yes.
Okay.
If you need me to come to the front, I can raise my voice, so I'm sure everyone can hear me.
Come
Can
on
you
up.
let me in the
Mr.
back?
Lloyd. Come on up.
Okay.
Who was Adam's first wife? Adam. You know, Adam and Eve. Eve wasn't his first wife.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman. My name is James Gordon. I am a resident of District 6. Firstly, I apologize for my attire. I came straight here from work because this is important and there's no rest for the wicked, so my apologies. I want to echo what Linda Shepherd said. I don't care which side you sit on any of the issues that we have currently. You all owe us answers. We need to know what happened with Scott Simpson. I've heard stories, I've heard rumors, everyone in the county has heard rumors about it. And we've heard those rumors for over 6 months. I've come in front of you all a number of times and said you need to be transparent about what is going on in the county. Not telling us why you are doing things is causing further rifts and divisions within the county. In the absence of an answer, people make up their own minds and come up with their own reasons why things are going on. And that is damaging the integrity of our county. I'm asking you all to get together and figure out how it is that you're going to actually come back and give us answers. If there was a reason for removing an individual from a position, there are mechanisms for you to allow us to know what has happened. It is still our business. It's not your business, it's the county's business. And when you lose sight of that fact and you conduct yourselves in a manner that sees you removed from the rest of the county, it is damaging to our county administration and it damages the cohesion of our county. And you can feel it all the way around the county as you travel around and speak to people. It is not good. People are unhappy. And again, I'm not calling for strikes and balls on either side of the issue. I'm telling you all, as I have done from the start, you need to do better at providing information to the citizens of this county because we are dissatisfied. All of us are dissatisfied on equal side of whatever issue is coming up. Give us the information, tell us what is going on. You need to be more transparent. As you decide to figure this out, just bear in mind, every single day that you leave these issues boiling out there, you create opportunities for people to sow their own seeds and to push their own agendas. I'm asking you to broadcast these meetings. I've done that from the start as well. There's absolutely zero reason why the president can sit with his cabinet and allow the media to answer questions, yet somehow we can't even broadcast our meetings. Please, Mr. Chairman, the rest of the board, fix this issue, fix it now. We don't have to wait for an election to fix it. You're all serious people, let's start acting serious. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Sir, didn't you have something you want to say?
Please, if anyone wants to say anything, please come forward.
Is anybody outside gonna speak?
Just come forward. Nobody's responding.
Nobody else? All right. My name's Randy Bailey. Chairman Ryan,
I've known you for about 25 years, and I tell you, we're getting closer and closer to each other, and I enjoy you. I think you're doing a good job. Stanley Brandon, I hate that you're gonna not run during the election. I wanna thank you for getting rid of that tire dump, and Herbert Parnell, I wanna thank you too for helping getting rid of the tire dump. I want to thank you too, Stanley, for that prayer that you prayed January 23 at the meeting. That's the first prayer that really ever touched heaven. I will still remember it. I want to thank you for that. I want to thank you for the work you've done out there in the community, trimming trees, and a lot of good things you've done. I think you shouldn't drop out of the race. You got two people running against you like that, which I know they're credentials are people that has that kind of skill, and you can't get through to them. You say the sky is blue, they're going to say it's black. But I think you ought to think about not dropping out, because the votes will be split, you're a shoe-in. That's what I think, and I hate to see you go, to be honest to God. That's how I stand. Mr. Parnell, Jeff Oates, and I remember him. I tore out more pages out of this Bible here when Jeff Oates was in, and when Stanley Noblin was in. I hadn't ever tore it out yet. Well, Fred Clark's in. Now, Noblin, he'll give you the runaround, what he did to me. Wouldn't do what he's supposed to do, tell you different things. But what breaks the cake, tops the cake, he left in disgrace. And here it is, going to put on him to run against you. It's a shame, it's a disgrace, what it is. So that's what we're going to do, have people with disgrace. We need some murderers on board. We're going to go that route, which Christians, they don't abide by the book anymore, which the book is incomplete. It's got 5 books missing. The book of Jubilee, the book of Enoch, Mother Mary, Jesus, Thomas, and Judas. What he's missing. Mr. Smart, you was on TV. You don't know that when somebody's fired, this is the law. They don't have to give a reason. That is the law. So the board don't have to give no reason when they're getting rid of anybody. That didn't make you look too good, Mr. Smart, on TV. And I told him, hey, you probably right. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Sean Barker, and I live in the town of Halifax. And a big thing that I'd like to echo tonight is the idea about live streaming. I've worked as a journalist in this county and in Danville and Pennsylvania County for a while. I previously worked at the Gazette, and I currently work as an independent journalist. And Pennsylvania County live streams, Danville live streams. Danville actually gives people 10 minutes to talk if they represent an organization during public comment. And even Mecklenburg live streams. So I believe that it's a matter of transparency, but it's also a matter of keeping up with what's happening all around us. You know, this is the 21st century. Reclaiming my time. Yes, this is the 21st century. You know, I'm a millennial. We're so internet oriented these days. There are also people with disabilities. There are people who are elderly who can't get here. And showing us that you care to be transparent is, I think, in order given recent events. Now, I didn't come here to weigh in on fiscal responsibility. But my message is not just for you all, my message is also for the community, because we see on social media, there's a lot of vitriol about some recent decisions. There's been vitriol about, a couple months ago, the attempt that you guys, to give yourselves a raise. There's some vitriol about the concept of people making more money than people feel like they ought to be making. I would say that working in the county school systems, a starter paraprofessional who has to work, between 35 and 40 hours per week makes less than $23,000 per year. So people have some concerns about fiscal responsibility. I'm so glad to see so many people in the room tonight And I wish rather than having toxic conversations on social media where people flame out, that some of the folks in the room will just step up and raise their voice in a polite and professional way, because that's the way that we're meant to handle things in a representational democracy like the one that we live in. So I'm hoping more people will come share what they feel here professionally. And these folks don't bite. These folks are all public servants. Mr. Claiborne's words were very astute earlier. He can handle hearing things even if you don't like what people have to say about you, you're ready to hear it. And so let's do this in a professional way, rather than being so nasty and vitriolic on social media, and rather than having what some have stated appears to be kind of an ugly undertone, maybe even a racial undertone. So let's step to the plate and have this conversation as neighbors and as a community. And that's all I had to say. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Hi, I am Mrs. Higgins, and I just have a quick question on the lawsuit that's been filed by the Pets and Paws, I think is the name of it, the employees there. First, does the council have directors and officers insurance?
We're not at liberty, ma'am, to talk about.
I'm sorry, I can't
We're
hear.
not at liberty to talk about pending lawsuits, okay? It's in the hand of
Okay.
our attorney.
Take away that lawsuit. Just take that away. As a common question, does the council have directors and officers insurance, liability insurance? If you're not sure what I'm talking about, I suggest that you look into it. Because right now, you all could be subject to maybe some personal loss, I don't know. But I know that there are a couple lawsuits pending. And D&O insurance is important for your own personal use and for the county. So I think that's all I want to say. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Amanda Coleman Ford. I'm a resident of Halifax County. Back in December, I think it was December 5th, I received a letter that I was appointed to the Strategic Planning Core Committee, but we haven't really done anything with that committee. And so I did reach out a few times. A lot of times I know that Supervisor Smart has received some calls from me trying to get in touch with him. So I thought I'd come and make a public comment and just inquire about what's the status of that committee. I know Chairman Claiborne, you were kind of pioneering that, so I'd like to know the status of that committee.
Okay, we're in the process of getting organized and supervisor meetings. You have one co-chair over there, Mr. Easley, and we had so many things going on during this year that we have to get organized in terms of what we're going to do in terms of the strategic plan. We're getting there. A meeting is going to come up soon. Next time you want to have contact, you can contact co-chair Easley or co-chair Rowland Clark. They're enthusiastic and they're willing to get going, but we lost some of the members during the time. How many did we lose, Mr. Easley? On the committee? On the committee. 3 or 4. About 3 or 4. So we're gonna have to replace them, and they're gonna have to go through the Board of Supervisors to be vetted, to be placed on the committee. We're gonna work on that, and we're gonna use all deliberate speed to do it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, if not, the public comments or citizen comments. The next thing that we have on the agenda is committee reports on public safety. Who's gonna talk about that?
Mr. Jonathan